My name is Farseen. I did my Erasmus Mundus joint masters in migration and intercultural relations from 2002 to 2020 to 2024. So I have a small presentation. Like if I can share my screen. So are you able to see my screen? I can't see the faces, so if someone can.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I will talk a little bit about myself, my journey into getting this Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and I'll also talk a bit about like the process of applying for this Erasmus Mundus program. So I'm originally from Kerala, and I did all my schooling and my bachelor's degree from my own district. I went to government aided schools and went to government arts and science college in my locality. I did my bachelor's in English literature. Then I went to Jamia Millia for my master's in social work from 2018 to 2020. Then I did my master's from there. Then I worked for a couple of organizations. I started with the Nurse, where Rajanish is currently working. Then I went on working with some other NGOs and the government. And in 2022, actually in 2021, I found this program in migration studies. So I was passionate about this topic since my first postgraduate degree, like during my master's in social work in Delhi. I used to work with migrants, interstate migrants in Delhi. And it was from those experiences, those fieldwork experience, that I, developed an interest in pursuing something specific to migration, and I ended up applying for this program called European Masters in Migration and Intercultural Relations. So it's a 2-year master program. I did this program. I started in Germany at the University of Oldenburg. Then I went to Norway, to the University of Stavanger. Then I went to Belgium to do my internship. And then I went to Czech Republic to do a module there in University of South Bohemia. Then I went back to Oslo to Norway to write my thesis. So this is my journey. I'm sure that many of you are already aware of the program. Erasmus Mundus program is quite like famous in the university circle these days, especially on Instagram. I see a lot of reels about Erasmus Mundus joint masters. So unlike the regular normal master programs, these are joint or double or multiple degree, which is designed and delivered by a group of international universities, not only from Europe but also from other countries. So, for example, my program is designed and delivered by a group of 9 universities from Europe, Africa, and Asia. So the students, get to spend their semesters, different semesters in different countries and different universities, and they'll be able to get a joint, double, or multiple degree awarded by these multiple universities. So we have like Erasmus Mundus program we have around 200 plus different Erasmus Mundus program, which is funded by European Commission, European Union. And we have almost 200 plus different programs in different disciplines, from social sciences to STEM humanities. Like almost all the subject you will find in Erasmus Mundus program in those like disciplines. It's as I mentioned, this is funded by European Union, and you get the chance to fully waive the tuition fee So the European, if you are selected as a scholarship holder, you are not required to pay the tuition fee. You are provided with the medical insurance, plus you are provided with a very generous scholarship that will cover all of your expenses, from traveling, from applying for the visa, like from boarding, lodging, everything will be covered by the scholarship. Yeah, so it's almost 1,400 euros per month, which is like 1,40,000 Indian rupees per month that you will be receiving. So, talking a bit about my Erasmus life, so I spent my time in 4 different countries. We had classmates from almost all the continents except Antarctica. And we were 26 students in my class from different countries, different professional, linguistic, cultural background. So we were studying migration, and we had students, like worked in different domains. For example, we had a social worker, we had a psychologist who had the experience of working with migrants. We had like a couple of refugees, like from Ukraine and Afghanistan, who were refugees themselves. We had like army officer who worked in the immigration department in Lebanon. We had people who worked in the embassies. We had professors, I mean, assistant professors who worked in the universities. So we had journalists, like different diverse group of students. And when we have such a diverse, like group of students in one class, it enables, like peer learning. So the Erasmus Mundus program is designed in a way that you're not only getting the chance to live, learn from different countries, but you also get the chance to learn from your classmates, who brings a lot of experiences and exposures and cultural and regional competence and knowledge that will help you in many ways. You also you also become part of wider network of alumni. Currently, I am also part of this Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association, uh, which is alumni association of all the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Program, where you find like people from almost all the cities, not the countries, almost all the cities in the world. So it's such a wide network of students and alumni. And another thing with the Joint Masters, from my own experience, like it was nine universities, as I mentioned already. Like in Europe, like we had 3 countries, universities from 3 countries, and like from Africa, like we had again 3 countries, and from Asia we had one Indian university, actually, like from Kolkata. So like even though you are not traveling to all, you can maximum you can travel to 4 countries. And even though you're not traveling to different places, professors from those countries is traveling to a university in Germany, for example, or in Norway. They will come to those universities, and like they will teach you different subjects, and you get a chance to like get exposure to like exposure with different academic traditions. So it's also like it also adds value to your overall professional or academic career, because having exposed to different academic tradition, you also develop the skill to like survive in different academic traditions. So that's another plus point that I found very helpful during my Erasmus Mundus program. And also, like, given the prestigious nature of this program, you also get access to different spaces. For example, like, given the wide network of the alumni, you also get access to different organizations. For example, for me, like, um, I was fortunate enough to get an internship with the UN Migration, the United Nations, as part of my program, because we had alumni working in different organizations, and many of those alumni helped us to get into different internship positions. Not only internship positions, also like when you're like finally going to the labor market, those network is going to help you very much to navigate the challenges of like the early career professionals trying to get integrated into the labor market. So that's a bit about my Erasmus Mundus life. So talking about application steps. So as I mentioned, like we have hundreds of different programs in different domains. So the first step is always like shortlisting the programs. So we have Erasmus catalog, like where you can find all the programs listed, and you can go through the website with like the pages of each programs, and like shortlist your programs. It's completely free, like unlike the like US or UK universities. You don't have to pay anything to apply for the program. So it's completely free to apply for the program, and you can apply to as many programs as you want. So there's no limit um, with the number of programs that you can apply. But like it's always better to like select very few relevant programs, and like prepare applications for those programs. So I personally applied only for one program, and but I have many classmates who applied for multiple programs. So in migration studies, for example, we have around four programs in the field of migration studies. So I had classmates applied for different programs, and some of them got selected to like one more than one programs, and they were able to like choose the one that is like most relevant for them. So the first step is to shortlist the program or the programs, and secondly, like preparing the documents. So this involves a lot of like efforts, and as the previous speakers already mentioned, it is very time consuming, and you have to have like you have to put in a lot of efforts, energy, and patience in this process. From statement of purpose, writing the statement of purpose, and getting the LORs, like letters of references, getting the transcripts from the university, and in some cases you will also have to translate the documents, get attestation, like many bureaucratic and like many lot of like effort you have to put in this stage, and then submitting the online application. I'll take you through the list of documents that are required in this process. So once you're done, like ready with the documents, you can submit the application, and then after submitting the application, you have the multiple rounds of like shortlisting. So and after all those stages of shortlisting, for some programs there will be online interview or a kind of test, so you will have to go through them. Not all the programs have this interview or the test, but for applicable programs you have to go through the interview process. Then you will receive the nomination letter, like which is a kind of conditional offer letter. Then you will have to send the original documents, or the attested version, and then you receive the offer letter. Then you go through the visa application, and finally you fly to the destination country. So then this is Erasmus Mundus catalog. I can share the link with the admins, and they will be able to share the link with you guys who are interested. And these are the documents, like a general list of documents that you will be required for the application. So like the online application form, passport is a prerequisite. You will have to enter the passport number in the application in most of the cases. Then statement of purpose, which I believe that many of you are already aware of it. Then CV, and for the CV, like the many universities prefer the Europass format, which is like like generally accepted format within the EU countries, which is very easily accessible from anywhere. And reference letters from a professor or your like your supervisor at your internship, or like someone who can vouch for your skills, professional or academic skills. And for some of the programs, you might need to submit the language proficiency certificates. So in not in most of in some cases you you only have, I mean, there is an option for you to submit the medium of instruction certificate, mentioning that you did your previous bachelor's or master's in English medium. So in many cases that will be sufficient, but for certain countries and certain universities, they will have to have like the IELTS or TOEFL, or like the test scores that they mentions in their website. Then definitely you will also have to submit your degree certificates and transcripts. So this is a bit about the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, and about the application cycle. Like, you usually it's open once in every year. So it's usually, sorry.
Sorry for the interruption, but if you wind up within 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So it's usually once in a year. It's usually like the um, the classes starts in September every year. So for the September intake in 2026, the like admission application process starts usually from October to January. So any time between these months, you can apply for the program depending on the program that you are going to apply. So this is a bit about the program. Thank you so much again for listening to me, and thanks, Hanan, and Brilliant, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but thanks the team for having me here. Thank you.